Welcome to today's episode of Rachel Quinto Creates. I'm continuing my series on the lettering of the alphabet, and here we are with the lowercase c. As usual, I'm going to be using my Pentel Fudetouch sign pen, today in black. Last time I was using it in gray. These are the Tombow Fudenosuke Calligraphy Pens, hard tip and soft tip. And my favorite, the Winsor Cotman paintbrush, round size 1. So let me zoom this in a little bit closer and let's get started. I usually write the letter C two ways. One way when I'm finishing the word off with the C, and another way when the C is like in the middle of the word or at the beginning of the word. So let's start with the basics. So what you're going to do is you're going to start off with no pressure right here, and as you turn the corner you're going to press down to give that thick line, and then you're going to lift up your pen for no pressure. One more time, no pressure, pressure, no pressure. Now if you're starting a word with the letter C and you want to continue it on with another letter, I like to kind of widen this space right here. So what you're going to see is me kind of go down, and instead of coming up so soon, you kind of bring it out like that, because then you can, add your words. Add your letters. And that's a little bit more of an exaggerated version. So you kind of bring it out more. I'm just using the first 3 letters that we've been working on, C-A-B cap. So you can see that I kind of, right here, I bring it out, right underneath. And like right here, I bring it out right underneath, but right here, I bring it out just a little bit farther so that I have something to connect the letters to. Now, if I'm going to say I'm writing something with the letter C at the end, then you can finish it right there. So here we go. No pressure, pressure, no pressure, no pressure, pressure, no pressure. And this is the hard tip. And the same with the soft tip. Let's move this over just a little bit. Okay, no pressure, pressure, no pressure. And you can just kind of fix that. No pressure, pressure, no pressure. And then again, when you want to connect the C to something, kind of bring it out a little bit more. And when the C is at the end of the word, you can leave it right in. It's a little harder with this because the soft tip tends to give a lot faster, so you do get that little, I tend to get that little catch right there, and it's an easy fix. See? One more time. This one is going to connect to another word, so I'm going to bring that over like that. And this one, this C, is going to be at the end. See that? Where I bring it out a little bit farther here, and I don't have to bring it out as far here. And now let's go to the Pentel. No pressure, then bring it down, then no pressure. You can see it better with the Pentel, how that pen just bends. Okay, again, where I'm going to connect it to the letter A. And then this time I'm going to end it with the letter C. Now, if you forget to bring it out farther, it's just gonna, it's not bad, it's just gonna look a little closer. And it all depends on the look you want to give. See where I didn't go as far out, and it's fine. It still looks okay. But when you want to do this, and I feel that if, say we want to do a CH and you don't bring it out far enough, you get that little connection right there that you kind of don't want to have. So like say when you want to do a CH, then you got to bring it out a little bit more so you can connect those lines. See? Now if you don't bring it out further, you get this little connection right there. And when you bring it out further, you don't get that connection right there. Okay, one more time. Make sure you bring it out a little bit further if you want to connect it to like an H, because then you get that smooth transition between the letters. Okay. And so you get this and you get that, and that's your C. And the same thing with the paint. Okay, I'm just gonna wet my brush. Get my ink ready. So now you can really see how there's gonna be the paintbrush is nice and straight, and then you could see that bend right there when I apply the pressure. Then you just bring it back up. And then, you know, if it's not smooth enough, you always come back. And that's the beauty of lettering, is you can always come back and fix things. So let's do the C. You bring it out. One more time with the brush. See how straight? That means I'm not applying any pressure. Oops, and it caught right there. And then you kind of bend, and you see how that paintbrush kind of bends, and then bring it up. I've seen some people make the letter C by bringing that pressure down right away, and then bring it up, and then coming back around and fixing it just like that. And if that's something that you're more comfortable doing, then go for it. It's all about how, especially when you still have to learn about the control of bringing that paintbrush this way, where it feels like, you know, it feels different running your paintbrush this way versus this way. So if you aren't comfortable doing this yet, oops, that looks terrible. If you're not comfortable doing this movement quite yet, you can always, am I even on frame? If you're not comfortable doing this movement, you know, bringing it in backwards, you can always put that thick line, then add it later. Add that thin part later. Okay, so let's bring this down, and we'll do the different kinds of C's that I do, which is the C at the end of a word and the C with a connecting space. See? All right. C. And see, if you do that, then you're kind of cutting it close. So that's why you wanna give that space right here, because then you're cutting it really close right here sometimes. And it takes a while to get used to. Sometimes you have to literally think, okay, this C is in the middle of a word, or the C is at the beginning of a word. I need to bring it out a little bit farther. You know, versus this C is at the end of a word. So I can bring it in. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the letter C. So the basic take-home message is that I do two types of C's. One where it's at the end of a word, where I don't have to go as far out, and one where it's in the beginning or in the middle of a word, where you kind of have to bring it out just a little bit further so that it can connect to another letter. I hope that you can take the time to use this video to practice and study the movements that I use and the way I apply pressure to the paper. And I hope you're enjoying this series, and I'll see you next time. Bye!